Hey y'all, what's up? So that is literally that is literally my reaction. The ending, I'm at a loss for words. Like I don't know what to say. When I tell you, out of all the members of the I don't know why, I think that's how you say name. Y'all, excuse me if I'm messing y'all name up. Fatu family, Jacob is my favorite one. I screamed so loud. My son ran downstairs and saw what I was screaming about because he stopped, watching and was playing upstairs, playing his game. He screamed. Our neighbors probably like, they crazy as hell. What's going on next door? But I can't believe it. Y'all, like oh my God. I'm just, let me gather myself. I'm gonna try to gather myself. I'm gonna be right back. Okay, hey y'all, so what's up? So, I'm back. Excuse my hair, I have literally washed it. Left leave-in conditioner in it and twisted it up, and it just, so it could air dry, because I was going to blow dry and I didn't feel like it. So it's curled up. When I take it out tomorrow, it's going to be like super, super, super curly. I should take them out now, but then my curls will be looking a mess in the morning. So I'm so stuck on the ending that I don't know what's happening. Like first of all, I will say this, and this is to WWE as a whole, as in the fact that we're completely in a new era. I'm taking it from someone I would follow. I seen a post on IG that we're in the cinema era, because everything is like 2024. The graphics is cinema. People like, it was lit, it was a movie, cinema. That, and then the graphics on top of that, and then it being like Attitude Era with the twist. It's not as provocative and stuff as Attitude Era, but it still gives us the grit of it, and it keeps it PG for the kids. So cinema, Triple H era, whatever era you want to call it, we in that. And I realized that when they had the qualifying match for King of the Ring with Kofi in it, and Lilia Garcia came and announced it, and we know she's great at announcing, okay? First of all, she told Samantha that she was doing a great job, and I should have posted this some weeks ago. It just came to my mind. But when Samantha let her announce Kofi coming out, my mind instantly went to, yeah, we're in a new era. We're in a new era. And I honestly want to say it started when Samantha came from NXT to, I think she was a Smackdown first and then Raw. Yeah, Smackdown, then Raw. The ring announcers to me solidify a huge change in an era moving to another era. So we had one, and then we had one with that was a start with Sam. Then it continued on with Pat leaving on Fridays. I think it was Pat and Cole, I think, on Fridays. And then I think it was I think Cole was on both, or Corey and somebody on Mondays. And then it ended up being Cole, the English dude that's no longer there, and Corey, excuse me. But when Pat was there, when he stopped being there for a while before he came back, you could tell it was a different type of era, even though we're moving towards this one, because he's not as free as of himself as he's been lately. The same now with like the commentators saying stuff, them saying stuff like it's a promo and stuff like that. Like even today, CM Punk was like, "You messing up my promo." Like we wouldn't have known that when we was little. Just like when we watched like certain movies and soap operas with our grandparents, or in general, if the character was evil and we ain't seen him in another movie, We ain't like them from the jump. That's how it was when we was growing up. But the fact that it's transparent and seems more authentic, it's drawing more people to it, in my opinion. So the fact that like Wade is saying that all this stuff about Drew getting screwed and stuff like that, and then with VM being gone, and then Cole getting paired up with Pat on Mondays, and him actually being more himself, I feel like is what I love. Is one of my. They're the main reason why I love watching Monday nights. I'm not even gonna hold you, but it's the freeing of Cole for me. Like, he's been a great commentator. I loved him when it was him and Jerry on there, and I think at one point for a small period it was him and Jim Ross. And that was a good era because I liked he was still learning and still giving his commentating and all that. But the way, the freeing of him, and him even adding jokes and stuff in situations when he's with Pat is totally different Cole. Like when he said something about some girl, I think somebody was doing something in the ring. He was like, and we got Dracula. I think they showed up for the top 10 commentators. And they were showing Pat was cracking up laughing. And I said, his hair, he do look like a vampire. Like Cole in the past would have never said that. And if he would have said it, he would have said it in a way we wouldn't have known for him to say it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, even with like people leaving, like, and back forth, like, I'm so disappointed in them. They like now it's just like whatever they did was best for them, whatever. Okay, so I'm so stuck on the ending. Okay, I forgot what was first. I should have wrote it down, but y'all know I don't write stuff down. I don't try to edit videos or anything like that because so much stuff now is staged and edited and stuff like that. Like I work in production once, sometimes twice a week. I could do all that stuff. I just don't want to. First of all, it's late as hell. Okay, I'm not doing it. It's not going to take me long, but I don't feel like doing all that. Second of all, like I said, everything is so on and it has to be perfect. And like, where is the imperfection? There's beauty in imperfection and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I meant about people being authentic. Like even with Bianca, she's putting up, it's like her sewing videos. She did a fast forward video of her sewing stuff, and then she was like, I would put up more videos, but I want to show you, like, I don't want to do all the editing and stuff. Like it's too much. And this is how a lot of influencers and stuff become. I'm not an influencer. I just post videos to get it out and then I go about my business. But this is how a lot of them become stressed out because now they have to find new content. It has to be perfect. It has to be this and it has to be this. And I'm like, I can't do that. Okay, so I think okay, I'm going to say this. Somebody's been reading my tweets, I feel like, or watching my videos. Because when we had the qualifying for King and Queen of the Ring, right? It was, I said, we have 8 matches. Like, we have 8 matches for Raw and 6 for SmackDown. Like, that to me was crazy. So I'm like, instead of us getting to see all the matches, they had to go on the Super Sunday show and the Saturday show, the house shows, and do these matches. And then we get bits and pieces of it that we see on Twitter, and that's if you follow them on Twitter or Instagram. And I felt like that was unfair for multiple reasons, not just because we can't see it on TV. Like I feel like that's not, you know what I'm saying? I felt like that wasn't right. I also feel like you're really making the stars work on the weekends. Like, of course they gotta work, but I've been to multiple SmackDown and Raw shows, and people have told me you gotta go to a house show. You gotta go to a house show. Like they had one in Fayetteville last year in May. I missed it, so my son and I ended up coming to SmackDown. Was it SmackDown? Yeah, SmackDown last year, like last minute in Raleigh, and I had a time because I sat in the cut, so I got to see production do their thing, and then I got to look on screen to see the people go backstage and stuff. But It was like, you got to go to a house show. And it was like, the wrestlers get to be more themselves. They get to be silly. Of course, they wrestle and stuff like that, but they get to, make kids laugh. They interact with the audience more and stuff like that. And I'm like, them having those matches during the weekend is taken away from that. Like, we know what it is during the weekend. I mean, Friday and Monday, but the weekend should be special. You know what I'm saying? Like, work shouldn't always have to be serious all the time, especially when you do something in the entertainment space. So, and I know this. Okay, like I tell you guys, my whole family is musicians. What in the heck? My papa played harmonica and guitar. My cousin plays guitar. She's played for Ari Lennox. I think Janelle Monáe. What's homegirl? I can't think of her name. My brain just went. I put that on my mama, on my her. I forgot her name. My brain is like, she was touring with Music Soul Child. She played performing on the Grammys. She taught Black how to play the guitar. So like, and then my uncle plays. He plays whenever like neo soul artists come into DC. Like, and my other uncle does sound. So like anytime like Jill Scott, Angie Stone, something like that comes in, they're doing sound and playing. And my ex is a musician. He's on tour right now. So like, I know about the entertainment space. And I know how to separate like Britney the artist from Britney the person. Like, if I'm watching you perform, if I'm at the thing at Raw, Smackdown, I'm like, oh, like I'm yelling, just say somebody's name. Oh, Jason Tatum, da, da, da. Something like that if I'm watching basketball, because I'm enjoying you as a player. But if I met you or we was friends or something like that outside of that, I'm not fanning out like that, because I can separate the two. Or if I ask for a picture or something, it's because my son is with me. Like, I can separate the two. I know people have lives outside of what they do. Like, but, so for me, so I suggested the triple threat match. I was like, why we couldn't do, this is qualifying for Queen and King of the Ring. Why we can't do triple threat matches? You know what I'm saying? If we had, instead of having 8 matches for Raw and 6 for SmackDown, like for SmackDown, I said last time, I was like, why we couldn't do 2 triple threat matches for like the women, and then whoever wins those fight each other, and then they qualify for Money in the Bank, or we just have 2 qualifiers? Because I'm like, then what? Then it turns like the tides down, stuff like that. It can help create storylines within that situation and all of that. Like, so this time they actually did it, and I was proud. So I was like, I feel like part of me is on a creative team and I'm just not getting paid. Like, I really do. Sometimes I'll be like, and I know a lot of people probably had the same ideas as me, but that's what I think about me. Okay. So, on top of that, so I think the first match was, how did it first start? Oh, CM Punk came out. That's why it threw me, because it was in Chicago. And that's why I kept saying last video, yeah, on Monday when they meet in Chicago. No, after Money in the Bank, I kept tweeting, yeah, when they meet in Chicago, because he kept saying something about Chicago, not knowing that SmackDown was in Chicago and Raw was in Corpus Christi. I think I said that right. So I will say this, and I think I tweeted this too. I said people always be like, oh, New York has the livest crowd in the United States. And I think I said no, Philly and Chicago do. And tonight Chicago proved me right. I'm like, Chicago is very much like Philly, sadly, in a lot of ways. They're the top 2 like murder capitals of the country, sadly. They have a very the same demographics. Like, most of the people there are they have a lot of mafia people there. They have a lot of Scottish people there, African Americans there, Hispanics there, like same demographics, same type, you know what I'm saying? Same mannerisms in a sense. So it doesn't surprise me that them two have the best crowds. Like, even though the Bears suck, they will ride for their team just like the Eagles. So the Eagles have been pretty decent since like 2018. Well, low key, the Eagles probably always been semi decent, even when they had McNabb and T.O. They just could never get to the ring part. But yeah, so what is going on? Sorry. So he started talking, and he was talking about I think him being in Chicago, and he started, I think, his WWE career in 2011 of July or something like that. And then Paul Heyman came out, and the crowd was so hyped, and it was like ECW, ECW. Yeah. Excuse me. When they came out, that's how I knew the crowd was gonna be lit. Cause first of all, Punk is Punk. Like, you go to your hometown, and the crowd loves you. No matter, it could be like Miz in Ohio. You know what I'm saying? It could be Chelsea in Canada or Natalia in Canada. It could be the Usos in the Bloodline in Florida. Like, so you go in your hometown, it's going to be your hometown. But the reception that Paul got was like, okay, this crowd is lit. Because as soon as he came, ladies and gentlemen, the crowd went crazy. I was like, oh, they trying to be like Europe. So then it was like Paul Heyman, and then it was like ECW, ECW. So then when they said something about Roman, they stopped chanting his name, started chanting, we want Roman. And Punk was like, you're the only person, he was like, that could make me like basically stop my promo. Basically Roman Reigns, whatever. So then the Bloodline come out. I know I'm dancing because Solo got he got the best music in my opinion in WWE. Now I dances to his music. I dance to Bianca's music. I dance to Dragon Lee's music. I dance to Io's music. Off the rip. As soon as I hear one of them four, I'm dancing. It's a couple other ones I might dance to, but them four are automatic. As soon as they start, I'm bobbing my head or something. Okay. So his music come out. Excuse me. His music come out. They talking. So then he was like, Punk was like, what's the favor you want to ask me? Paul was like, take me with you. Because he was like, he heard you on such and such radio. Which I was like, why they blank that out? Or they blanked that out intentionally. But I was like, Heyman doesn't rehearse his speeches. So something had to be wrong with the sound. Because after he said something like that, he kept talking. Then the sound went out when he said CM. Punk. And I was like, what the hell is going on with the sound lately? And I've been saying that for the past couple of weeks now. I was like, y'all sound people, I don't know what the hell going on with that. I said, the camera people did excellent today, okay? Because the last couple of times, the angles, I don't know who was directing the last couple of weeks, but they weren't. Most of the time they got it, and then some of the time, I be like, I know it's different cameras pointing at different times, but when you behind, because I used to do production at this other mega church in Florida. So when you behind and the main director is behind, over production, and you're in front of the cameras, and he would like cut to one, cut to two, cut to three. He's doing all this. You're supposed to cut to when he tells you to cut to it. So if he or she either didn't tell the person to cut to the this certain camera, or they wasn't listening, because it's been a couple times when wrestlers have wrestled and they done caught their butt like on the side when they climbing up the road. I was like, what the hell are we doing? But okay, so he's like, take me when I said, and he made a face. First I was like, you can hear the cracks in his voice. Paul is so good, y'all. His promos, he is so good. If he don't do nothing else, he can grab a mic and speak. You hear me? And then when he said that, Solo, I looked at Solo's face. I said, ooh, so what that mean? So then after they left or whatever, I forgot what happened. Oh, they had to try to come up and attack them, right? So then out of nowhere, Cody come up. And I'm like, what? Hold the hell on. And he come up with a bat. He come with 2 bats. And then he gave one to Punk. And I said, first of all, where he come from? Second of all, why he only had 2? He gave one to Punk and one to him. But then you got to remember that when he won that belt, the people that were in the ring were like KO, LA Knight, CM Punk, Randy Orton, Jey Uso, like Sami Zayn. I think them 6 specifically I remember. Because Seth was on the ground, still crying. I was still... Okay. So, they all cool. Whatever. I'm glad he got back up on Smackdown too. Because Raw, you know. So, he come out and do whatever. He challenges Solo to a match. Solo accepts. The end of that situation. So then after that happens, I think it's a triple threat match with Chelsea, Bianca, and Michin. Before that, Bianca says what she says, and Jade comes up and says something to her. Like they had a conversation, like, we're going to take care of what we got to take care of. We're going to go get these tag team titles back. So then they fought. And my thing, I said, okay. I said, it can go like a couple ways. I said, now, y'all know I'm here for Bianca. That's my girl. Okay. I said, I really want Michin to win because I wanted her or Lash to win for the NXT North American title for the women. So I said it could go, and I had like 6 scenarios. I said Bianca could win this. I said, and then it'll be her versus Jade. And I said, and then we'll see a match versus them 2. And I was like, in the instance where they've been together for a while, so they know each other's moves. So for the final, and then who would qualify or who would end up being in it. Then I was like, or we could get Michin winning, and then her going after Bayley, or her losing, and then her going and getting NXT Women's North American title. I said, or we can get Chelsea winning. That's what I was like, and I think Chelsea's gonna win. I said, I think Chelsea's gonna sneak and win, and I said that before she won. And then I said, I think either she's gonna get close to winning, like the Money in the Bank, and something's gonna happen where she doesn't win, or she ends up winning, and then Piper becomes jealous of her and turning. I don't know why, and I've been saying this for like 6 months or something, but I feel like her and Piper is going to switch up. And I only say that because when they first got together, you know, Chelsea would do her thing and say what she said on the mic, and Piper would give her this look like, girl, okay? And Chelsea ended up winning. So then they interviewed DIY. When I was interviewing DIY, we hear boom, boom, boom. And I think, was Grace in there? So I'm like, what is happening? I said, who the hell is doing all that banging? And this daggone Punk on the ground. Drew got him. You can see the little blood smear and stuff like the kind they use on Chad. And you know what's baffling to me out of that whole situation? Not the fact that he got to get back, because we all knew Punk was going to be in Chicago, and for that very reason we knew Drew was going to be there. If anything, my thing was he picked him up, had him around his shoulders, and walked from the entrance of the back of the arena to the middle of the arena. You know how much power you have to do to lift another grown man who's supposed to fake like he's unconscious or really be unconscious. It's like dead weight. And you know how strong you gotta be. Like, that's what was baffling to me. Like, how much do you lift? Like, I didn't even think about like anything else. That was the first thought that went across my mind. Like, how much do you lift? Okay. And then after that, it was like, so then Nick comes out and tells him, you can't do that, you can't be here, you basically quit, whatever. He pushes Nick Nick bucks up. I said, Nick, body slam him now. Okay? Okay? Right now. And I say that because Nick big as hell. We know him and Adam used to wrestle. Just like we know Ava and Jessica used to wrestle. Oh, my bad. Daphne and Jessica used to wrestle the refs. Pick his strong tail. I don't know if Nick is a manager now because he had an injury. I don't know his past, honestly. I do remember him from TNA, but I can't remember if he's had an injury or whatever. But if he retired or stopped doing it because he doesn't have an injury, he should have took that jacket off he had on and body slammed the hell out of Drew. Okay? Like, you don't push me like that. Like, what is wrong with you? Because how the gay look like? Okay? And then speaking of Paul and the mic. Okay? So then they cut the commercial. The paramedics come, all that, and stuff like that. We know Punk gonna be okay because the ambulance people is already there. It take at least 20 minutes. So but who was it? So then LA Knight comes out. My wrist, I done got bit up my mosquitoes. Sorry y'all, I had a big bump I think that showed in my video last week, and it's finally going down. So I try not to scratch it. But so then LA comes out and was like, this is not the match I asked for with Logan, but it'll do. But I'm like, it still ain't the match you, because even though he's in the ring, it's not for his title, it's to qualify for Money in the Bank. So he was like, I even showed up to his house. And I was like, because you from Maryland. Like, all people from the area where I'm from, y'all get it. Because when I had tweeted that last week, I got many retweets. And somebody was like, you can tell LA Knight from Maryland. I said, okay, it's not just me. I was like, as much as he was say he LA all day, you are Maryland blood all day long. Okay? So when he comes out, Santos, and give his little promo, and then Santos try to hit him with like a left or a right, and then LA gets him back. So then LA calls out Logan, where you at? This, that, and the third. We don't hear nothing. And then we hear, oh, something like Logan there. We don't know which way he coming from. Logan comes in a black beanie, or some people call it a toboggan. A black beanie on his head and all his hand, and then just like has a deer in the headlights look, kind of, and then punches him or something. And I'm like, what in the hell? And he hits him with the one shot hit that he was talking about with Roman. So I was sitting here thinking, I was like, y'all know my top five best people that do promos right now for men. And I said Miz, Woods, LA Knight, I forgot the other two. What did I say? Hold on, y'all. I gotta think. Miz, Woods, LA Knight, Montez Ford, Paul Heyman. Paul, I'm putting this honorable mention spot because I can't remember the fifth person. Like, my brain is. But for honorable mentions, Solo. Because I've been saying for a long, like, y'all need to let him talk. Karrion Kross. Okay. Karrion promos and stuff. Karrion got it. So let's see that last one he did last Monday. He was like, I thought he was like TikTok. And I said, ooh. Oh, I think the fifth one was Shinsuke. It was Shinsuke. So take Paul out. Even though Paul's up there, but he's not a wrestler. So we gonna put Paul at the top. He to go. Okay. Miz, Woods, Montez. Y'all know who I said. LA Knight and Shinsuke. Okay. Then honorable mentions would be Solo, for me, Karrion, for me, Santos, um, Jay. That's about it. Maybe Sami. Did I say Sami? And then for the girls, it's Liv. Okay, it's Bianca. It's Chelsea. Chelsea's really number one for real. She can't do nothing else. I'm not saying she's not a good wrestler, but if she can't do nothing else, if she ever decide not to do nothing else with wrestling, she needs to be, I don't know if that even work for her. I'm gonna say a manager, because I was gonna say or maybe a colorful commentator, like a heel colorful commentator, kind of like how Booker T is on NXT. But her, yeah, and Bianca used to be my favorite, but Chelsea's something special on that microphone. Chelsea, Liv, Bianca, daggone, Jade, she a close second. If she can't do nothing else, she could speak on the microphone. But hers is different from Chelsea's, because Chelsea has a way of talking where you love to hate her. It's kind of situation. It's kind of like Tiffany, but less annoying voice type, more not as whiny. And then Jade, you love her, but the way the confidence that she gives in some of her promos, and some of you could, if you listen, you'd be like, I could see her being more of a heel. You know what I'm saying? So I would say them two. Okay, so what did I say? Liv, Jade, Bianca, Chelsea. If I was to round out the 5, I would give it to Rhea. Honorable mentions for me would be I didn't say Rhea at the time. I said Shayna. And I said honorable mention would be Rhea, Nia. Crap. I had it in my brain too, because I just had it. Oh, no. Take Shayna out. Okay. So so Liv, Jade, Bianca, Chelsea, Zelina. That's who it was. Because when she did that web promo of her match getting messed up, I said, I forgot how good she is with promos, dog. Because outside of her, like, supporting LWO, and her, like, her acting, her facial expressions, the crying or the smiling stuff, I forgot how good she is. She's top 5. Then if we doing runner-ups, it would be Nia, Shayna, Rhea, and when she talks, because she doesn't really say too much, but now she's getting a little like storyline type situation. Michin, okay, on the mic for me personally. Now nobody got to agree with it, but I'm saying for me, and some people are interchangeable. But the only reason why some people I give honorable mentions to is really honestly because they don't really talk as much as the other 5. So I know they're good, but I can't really base it off nothing. But that's what I was going to say too about this new era, is that some of the so-called major superstars have been injured. A lot of them, or contracts expired, they have been gone, surgery, whatever. And the fact that the talent is so good, that's the so-called mid cards and lower cards have been in storylines, and the storylines and stuff have been so good, we forgot that some of these people are gone. That's how you know you got quality talent in a company. Okay, we forgot, even though a lot of Liv's story revolves around Dom, some people forget that Rhea's gone. A lot of people probably forgot Charlotte's gone. Becky's gone. Like, the show is going on and it's good. Like, it's not like stale type situation where you be like, okay, this person's gone. Now what? Like, the creative team and the writing crew have done a great job. Great job. Like, because I think one or a couple shows on both brands, you've had such as a quote unquote mid cards, and I was completely satisfied. Like, the last two Raws have been insane. You hear me? And someone said this Raw was better than last week's Raw. I still think last week's Raw was better. This Raw was pretty good too, though, because I watched it. I ain't do no video on it, and I got comments for it, but I watched it. Okay, so getting back to, so then after that, it was and then they showed Solo and Paul. Don't know what they said, and I thought it was just me. But then Corey and them was like, Wade was like, they were having issues with the sound and stuff like that. So he was trying to say what Paul had said, or Solo had said. And I was like, why are we having issues with the sound? Okay. I gotta go do a sound check in the production. I gotta do a technical rehearsal this weekend, because next weekend is the play that we're doing at my church, okay? And I don't care if I'm there for 2 hours or 8 hours and we have a break for lunch. I need to know everything that's going to happen, what could go wrong in the situation. I need to know, and then I'm going to ask questions. Okay, you want it this way, because that's what it say in the thing. Okay, if I do it this way, and then I show an example of it, are you sure that's how you want us to do it? I'd be like, okay, play it through. Actors come in. Okay, I'm going to show you how it is within a minute. Are you sure? Because I don't want it to come the next day or next week and you tell me or try to change your mind. Now, I could flip and do it, but then, like, you know what I'm saying? But luckily for me, I ain't been doing it that long. I've been doing it for 3 years almost. Wow, that's almost 3 years. But the director trusts my judgment. So if I come with a question, I need to know for sure. I'm going to write the notes down. We're going to go through it. And then I'm going to compare. I'll be like, okay, this is the way you want it done. This is the way I'm asking. Is this how you actually want it done? We could come in between the middle, or you can have it this way, or you can have it this way. We need to do sound check. We need to run sound check. We need to get the mics together. We got to get the cameras together. We have to get the lighting together. Make sure everything works. Make sure the sound works. Does the wiring work? If not, do we need to order new wires so we can get this attached before next week? Like, go through all of that. And then if it's the day of the show, and the show starts at 8 p.m. or 7:30, be there by 11 a.m. so we can run all this through and I can hear everything. You know what I'm saying? So nothing goes out. Everything works. Like, what is happening? Okay? But I digress. So anyway, yeah, so after that they had that situation. And then they had the men. So then it was Andrade, KO, and Melo. But before that, they had a little segment with not Solo, Cody. And Cody went up and Randy, this is before, no, KO's match wasn't yet. It was Randy Andrade. Was it Randy Andrade? It was Randy. Tama. That's who it was. Randy, Tama, and Melo. So, like, they was like, are you sure you don't need nobody? You got a plan? And then Cody was like, I got a plan. I know it's not going to be, you know what I'm saying? I know they always got a plan. I'm going to have my own plan. So he dapped Randy up, and KO was like, I don't know, dog. Like, we know the bloodline be on some other stuff sometimes. They say they ain't going to bring nobody out here. They always going to bring somebody out here. You know what I'm saying? And it's irking to a degree, But right now, none of them have titles, so it's not as bad. You know what I'm saying? Like last year, between them and Judgment Day, at one point in time, it was worse on Judgment Day. Cause I'm like, every title defense, somebody has to come out. Every match, somebody has to come out. Every match, that's why I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, and then, cause for the most part, like when the Usos had the undisputed title, nobody came out and helped them. Like Solo didn't really come out. Roman wasn't half there. You know what I'm saying? But like for everyone, almost, that's why I'm appreciating Priest. Like he want to do it on his own. So I'm like, they already say y'all can't win no titles without help. The only person that has done that, honestly, on Judgment Day was Rhea. So but I'm like, one thing Judgment Day, Damage Control, excuse me, Final Testament, and daggone Bloodline gonna do is always have somebody ringside. Okay. LWO, not really so much. If they do, they don't get involved unless someone else gets involved first. Legado del Fantasma, it depends. And the Pride is only do it if they're provoked too. They're like LWO. They don't mess with people like us. And I didn't see them tonight. Hopefully one of them run a qualified match next week. And which is surprising because Montez is from Chicago. Like, normally when a person is from a city, you see them in a promo or in a match or something. Or if not, they'll be in a dark match before the show. So maybe he was in a match before the show. So, yeah. So, people on the thing like Tama versus Melo, I never thought I would see. And I was like, the only thing my brain could think about was like, Melo's fighting Tama, Bloodline. And I was like, my brain went to Melo used to fight in Solo in NXT. So that's interesting. And then I was like, I kind of want Melo to win because Melo in the bank, he already coined the phrase. But then I was like, what if Randy wins? I was like, because Randy was looking at his title, Cody's title, after Cody won at the I Quit match. And then RKO, the group, helped him fight off the Bloodline after the Bloodline attacked him. And he kind of gave him his title and looked at it. So I'm like, maybe. Because I was like, I know in the conference that he said LA Knight and Randy was on his list. And the way Randy looked at the title. So, I was like, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I do gotta take my hair out because I gotta put oil on it. It's dry. Yeah. So, that ended up being, that superplex that Randy gave Melo, I said, look, that thing hurt. Looked like it hurt. I said, that looked like one of them moves that after you get off work or get to the hotel, wherever, you need to immediately go take a bath and soak because that thing was crazy. Okay? My hair is dry. Hold on. And, so, yeah, it's dry. So Melo ended up getting the win. He ended up doing the Chelsea and getting a sneak win or whatever. And then they was like, he was basically the best at NXT, but he wanted to fight. Him and Jade, the only two that qualified thus far. So, we'll see if it'll be Melo in the bank or Yeet in the bank. I don't know. Because Jay already talking about the Yeet case. Damien was senior money in the bank. I don't know. Everybody got phrases and stuff now. So then after that, No. I think the next qualifying match was the men. It was KO. Who was it? KO, Andrade, and who was the third person? Grayson, that's who it was. And Andrade looked like nothing but solid muscle, okay? Before KO even got in the ring, he got attacked by the bloodline. Was limping on his leg or hurt his knee or something like that. I said, listen, let me tell you something. I said, one thing about KO is one of my favorite people in the ring currently. One thing about KO is he could have nothing but one leg left. he gonna wrestle, okay? That's why him leaving, when he left, I wasn't that sad. Because I knew, I said his injury literally could be, the doctors could tell him 4 months. I said, he's coming back in 4, but it won't be months, it'll be 4 weeks, he'll be back in a month. That's literally what I had tweeted. Now, Seth, on the other hand, when I saw him come back Monday night, I screamed. You hear me? Like, excited. I was so happy and excited all at the same time. I was about to cry because I remember, like, the emotion that I felt with him risking his body at WrestleMania, and then to see him come out, I'm just like, even me now talking about it, is like, just so elated. Like Seth, like how Bianca is for me, like the standard when it comes to like women's wrestling, and Liv to me is a close second, and it's because she's such a wild card. She to me is on the main roster, the female mankind in a way, but not to the extreme. Like, she would do or say just about anything or say. And honestly, I don't even know if that's a character, because I watched her on Total Divas, and I'm like, she has to be one of the most, she has to be one of the wrestlers that her persona is mostly authentic to who she is. Like, and I think that's what I like about her. Like, what you see is what you get, whether I'm wrestling or not. You know what I'm saying? So, but for me, Seth is the standard. Okay? And you know how people say first they laugh at you and then they imitate you. Just like with Pharrell and that daggone Arby's hat, and everybody was laughing at his hat. Then he had the whole world rocking them hats for a while. All the celebrities start wearing them hats. That's how Seth is with them daggone suits. But I'm like, first 2 years ago, I'm like, what the hell he got on? Now I'm like, you better work. Like King Troy, you better do it, okay? Like, so excited to have him back. Can't wait for that match with him and Damian and Money in the Bank. Like, I'm so excited about that match. And then on top of that, speaking of now, since I'm going to Raw, that daggone promo, how Kofi and Woods responded. And this is why I say Woods is one of the best on the mic. First of all, Seth is one of the best. I had already said, did I say Seth? I didn't say Seth, did I? I think that's why I was missing 5. Seth, LA Knight, Montez, Woods. Seth, LA Knight, Montez, Woods, and I don't know. I don't really care who the fifth one is right now, but now I'm thinking about it for real now, because I forgot what I said. Oh yeah, Miz, LA Knight, Montez, Woods, and Seth. That was my top 5. Anything else I said before that, I scratched. But the honorable mentions are still the honorable mentions. So Seth is one of the best that I've seen him come back and do what he does. And then Damian's gotten better. But when Woods gave his with Kofi, I was like, and this is why he's one of my favorites, because the way, the emotion that he built, like, has in his promos, and then after that it's the facial expressions along with emotion. So then when Kofi was like, well, since you did that, I accept, and then Woods gave him a look, and then he gave out the head nod, and I said, he ain't with it. He ain't with it, dog. Like, he ain't with you going out into that ring fighting Karrion when he was the one that wanted to do it. And somebody was like, Woods' heel turn is going to be epic. I said, listen, I can tell based off that facial expression, something about to go down, okay? And it ain't got to be next Monday, but it's going to be in like the next 2 months. I'm trying to tell y'all. Next 2 months is SummerSlam. Something going to happen, okay? Then, daggone, so speaking of, people keep calling Kofi the underdog. I'm trying to figure out why, now that I looked at this reel. So we know he has one of my, I like his music, his theme songs, because it's feel good when he comes out. But my son showed me this reel of how many IC titles, how many times the IC title has been changed since Roman's reign as the champion. And I think it's been changed 7 or 8 times. And out of those 8 times, the 8th one including Sami and Gunther, because he technically won it before Roman had fought Cody. Sami's been IC champion 3 times. So in the span of 4 years, you've been IC champion 3 times, and you've been a tag team champion 1 time. So about every 2 years, you get a title. So how is he underrated? I mean, the underdog. That's what I'm like, okay, so when I said, so is he really the underdog though? Since he won the title that many times and then had the tag team titles? Like, you might not have had the Universal title, you might not have had, the world title, but you done had some titles. Okay, it might be the same title, but you got a title. You know what I'm saying? Like, how is that? I don't know. And then y'all know my girls have fought. Okay, Kayden, Kayden and Katana have fought Damage Control, and I love them. Okay, and then when is Tegan gonna be in the mix? Because y'all done put her on Smackdown, and she ain't been on it since. That's just like what y'all did to Auburn. And speaking of that, okay, I'm going all over the place. Clash at the Castle was great. Okay, Cody and AJ starting it was that match was phenomenal. People's like they had him AJ looking like a you know what, because he said he quit to Cody when he threw up the steps. I'm like, first of all, I said, y'all gotta think about it. If Cody would have really hit them with the steps, ain't no telling how long AJ would have been out. I don't know if they get paid while they're out or if they don't get paid like some sports teams do. If they don't, he got a wife and kids to take care of. I think he got like 4 or 5 kids. Like, he can't be out. Second of all, I'm gonna say how the Rock say it, Mama Rhodes. I love how Mama Rose is there. And I love that AJ was all in her face. And I said, y'all need to leave her alone. I said, she is a Southern woman with Latino flair. Okay? If you know, you know. Leave her the hell alone. I said, you mix them two together. That's a combination. She'll whoop your ass. Okay? I was like, so then when she slapped him, before she slapped him, she hesitated. And I think people thought she was scared. And I said, I don't think it's the fact that she thought that she was scared. Because she's married. She's been married into this business. She got kids that's in this business. She got grandkids that want to be in the business or training to be in the business. I think it's because she looked at him and he was sweaty. Like, he was. And I said, me, honestly, I would hesitate to do that too. Because not unless y'all can give me some hand sanitizer or a wipe after that, I don't want to slap nobody that's sweating like that. Like, that's. And she did it 3 times. Like, okay. I ain't even gonna get on the Jade and Bianca match. The whole situation about developmental and all that other stuff. I concur though. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, I understand that y'all gave her the option to make a name for herself and be on the main roster and a certain salary and stuff like that. But y'all could have very much did the same thing and gave her the same salary and just had her in developmental with NXT. And then we could have maybe had a situation with her and Lash team up with the Metaphor, or her and Lash rival each other, and then her teaming up with Jade Cargill. Like, she could have learned a lot from the women down there. And y'all could have just kept her salary the way it was, since y'all made it a big thing that she was coming. And don't cut her pay because y'all put her on a different brand. And then give her like 6 months to a year. So if she would have came out, when did she come out? The Royal Rumble? Y'all would have kept her down there till like July, which would have been next month. She could have came back up here. And then that also would have gave her the opportunity to spend more time with her daughter. Okay, because I know her husband or fiance, whoever he is retired, but I know with the traveling and stuff, she doesn't get to see her baby girls much unless they travel with her. And so, but that match was great. So Alba and Isla wasn't on my card for them winning. The only person that I knew that from Scotland that I had winning was Piper. Okay, I didn't even have Drew winning. I thought Bayley was going to lose that title. Because the way that Piper destroyed Jade, even though Jade won that match, and the way she just almost about to kill Bayley, and then Bayley had to give her props because Bayley won. I'm like, she should have had that title. I didn't even know that one of the tag team women's mama had passed away 3 weeks ago. I didn't know that situation. So when Triple H was like, we didn't give it to him because her mama passed to make her feel better and stuff like that, even though a lot of people think it's a lie, I have no yes or no about that. I don't care. I honestly thought that they won because I thought somebody on Raw was going to win. Period. I thought it was going to be Shayna and Zoe. But I could see them, the women winning. And I only say that because they came to Raw, Smackdown last year, like I said. We only seen them on TV on Smackdown twice. And they might have done a lot of house shows and dark matches, but we didn't see them on TV at all. That's why I was like, they should have been on Raw from jump, because the women's tag team, if you come from NXT or anywhere else as a tag team, you need to be on Raw. The women on Raw basically are all tag teams. Whether they have their other factions or not, they are all tag teams. Like Candice and Indy. Candice and Indy were one. Tegan and Natalia. Kayden and Katana. Shayna and Zoe. Piper and Chelsea. Ivy and Maxine. Like everyone there, they have a lot of women tag team groups. Now the ones that are by themselves, like Liv, Nia, Rhea, Becky, just their own entity, but they have plenty of, so that was the meat to their bone anyway. So the fact that they were only shown twice, them winning to me makes sense. So now that we could see them on TV more. Like, I didn't even know about the whole mom situation till after the fact. Because I'm like, now that helps Jade in a way, I feel like, because now you don't have to go to Raw. There's only one women's tag team title, and you have to go to both sometimes to defend your title, which I was like, it shouldn't even be. Honestly, and I think I said this before, the tag team women's title should stay on Raw, period. It should be it should be called the Raw Women's Tag Team title, because they have most of the tag teams, period. And instead of a woman, the tag team coming back and forth, give the women something like a U.S. title, like how NXT has a North American title, because it's more individual women on SmackDown. So that way they have something to fight for outside of the main title. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Now, I wouldn't mind them doing like appearances on Raw, vice versa, if they wanted to do SmackDown type situation. But if I'm in tag team situation, but they should know, like, if they won the tag team titles, they would spend a lot of their time on Raw. They would have to be a floater. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that makes sense. But that match was good. That match was good. And I was like, Sami and Chad should be in the middle match, which it was. And then who was the last one? Damian and Drew. I think they were the last one, because Piper and what's the name that came out, and then Piper and Chelsea on Friday. And I was like, that's when I was like, Chelsea is one of the best on the mic. But yeah, that was such a good thing. The Monday threw me off because Alicia was on there, and I was like, what is happening? And then they was like, Sam is probably on vacation or took the night off, because they was like, oh, she's tending to Ricochet. And I said, honestly, she probably took the night off because y'all want her to go from there announcing all weekend, Friday, SmackDown, and Saturday, and then fly back. Not probably hardly had no rest and do on Monday. Like, she probably asked for Monday off or whatever. Because I was like, Alicia, yeah, yeah, so that threw me for a little bit too, because I was like, what is happening? And then we don't know if Dagon Carlito's really in the Judgment Day. Like, we don't know. Dagon live in that Dagon cow vest that she told Dom to take off. Like, crazy. Monday was crazy. Okay. And then who was it? And then it was Bron versus Sami, I think, or Bron versus Bronson or something like that for qualifying for the IC title. And then Ludwig comes out, and then no, it was it, who was it? I don't know, but I know the way he speared the hell out of Ludwig. He lost his breath. I said, I bet you leave him alone. I bet you he leave him alone now. I said, the way when you hold your stomach when you curled up and you I said, you ain't got no air in your body. Okay? Like, Monday was crazy. Then qualifying for Yeet in the Bank. I missed most of that match, but I know Jade won. So, that was like a crazy type situation. Yeah, so then when the triple threat, the KO, they had him come out, he was in like limping and stuff. And then I was like, Andrade is straight muscle. And then they had to fight, who did I say was in the triple threat? And I sat there and watched it too. That's a sad part. Like, I sat here and watched it and still don't remember. I just remember it was KO, Andrade, and Lord, I don't. Oh, and Santos, and Andrade did something to no, Santos is next week. As he fights LA and Logan. It was Andrade, KO. I said it earlier in this video. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna remember it and be like, duh. But they fought, and then Lord, I can't remember who it was. Now I'm over here reevaluating my life because I'm like, who did they fight? It was Tama, Melo, and Randy. And then it was KO, Andrade, and I don't even remember. That's sad. I'm tired as hell. And it's been a long day. And then I know KO went for the Swanton and pinned Andrade. Oh, Grayson, that's right. The move that Andrade did on Grayson and he went out the ring, I said, that don't look good for his neck. Okay? And then I was like, it looked like his neck was about the way he bent it. Then when he said something about, I think Wade was like, Grayson, the amateur boxer, and I said, that explained them shorts. So I'm like, why the hell he got boxer shorts on? And then something happened, and then Andrade did some move on Grayson, and then Grayson, and then KO Swanton bombed Andrade, and I thought that was it. My anxiety was through the roof. So I was like, KO won, and he tapped out, and then I forgot what happened, but Andrade ended up winning, and I wasn't mad at it. Like, a lot of people had mixed feelings. I'm not mad at it. Like, Andrade's back. I don't know what the situation is, but I don't mind him winning. Because I was like, if Grayson wins, all he gonna do is prove to DIY, I did this, I won. I don't need Austin Theory, and I know it's gonna meet on that bone later. They're gonna get into it. So then after that, Tiffany has said something to Michin about not winning. I didn't like her outfit, and I only say that because the skirt was cute, the top was cute. Them wristbands, I don't know who the hell thought that was cute. That wasn't cute. I said, if y'all gonna give her like a snow bunny or a goddess in the snow type situation, like the old 2000 movie or something like that. Give her a hood or a hat to match the skirt. Take them wristbands off. I said, or give her a fluffy cloud looking or snow bunny type looking crop jacket to put over the jean bikini top looking thing to match their skirt. Like, who thought them wristband things was cute? Like, why did y'all do that to her? Like, and I'm just saying that's my personal opinion. But I was like, I was so confused by that because I was like, whoever made that thought they ate too, and it wasn't it. Okay, it was not it. So she said something to Michin. Michin finally got her slap back. It's about Nia, and then Nia had attacked her. And I was like, Michin is developing a story, y'all. Look at her. I'm so proud of her for doing that. I'm so proud of the people. And so after that, Solo comes out. Because I was like, production. I said, are we in a new era where we're not doing graphics on TV no more? Like, if not, if we are, let me know. Like, at the next conference, Triple H could be like, we're going to new direction as far as the look on TV, as far as that. I'm like, I'm going to take that as, okay, bet we ain't doing graphics no more. As soon as I tweeted that, they showed the graphics for Cody. I said, yes, y'all know. So he comes out, does his thing. I don't know which one of them jackets he had on Miss Sandra had made. I don't know how many jackets he got on that Miss Sandra got in his house. Okay. So then him and Solo, my music come on, Solo come out. They fight. And not even, I think 2 minutes into the fight. What threw me is Corey was like, we agreed with Fox that we're going to play this until the match ends. So I said, it's 9:51. Are they doing this up through maybe to like 10:05 or something? And I said, and if that's the case, why the hell we couldn't do this the time between Elimination Chamber and Mania when I was like, we need an extra 30 minutes to develop like Jay and Jimmy's and Bailey's story? Like, why we couldn't do that now? We want to do that now. You know what I'm saying? And I also said in my mind, I don't know if I tweeted it, Chicago's Bull Stadium or All-State Stadium, whatever the hell stadium is called, was so packed out. Y'all could have had it at the Bears Stadium and it would have been sold out for real. Okay? Bears are supposed to be getting a tempered glass dome too. So if y'all ever decide to have Mania up there, it's going to be cold as hell, but at least they get under a dome. Because if it's going to be in the north, let them have it under somewhere in the dome, like Minnesota, where they're supposed to have SummerSlam in 2 years. Yeah, so not even 30 minutes, the Bloodline come out and fight. So then after that, Randy and KO come out. So then we hit a shoo. So my thing, I said, y'all, if Jimmy come out and help Cody, I said, I'm going to freaking scream. Because I was like, I don't know if he's on a vacation, a hiatus, or is he injured for real? I don't know what it is. I don't read the articles, whatever. When I seen them locks, I said, no, I ain't seen that. I saw red and black hair. I said, who the hell is that? Because, one time Jimmy's hair was red, but I was like, half his hair was red. Then when I seen the locks, I screamed, like I told y'all, so loud. My son screamed. I had the shocked face look. I said, nigga, it's Jacob Fatu. I said, this is my world. I follow him on Twitter. I think he deleted his Instagram. But I follow him on Twitter. I've been looking at all his interviews. Just like I've known of Solo before he went to NXT, because I watched Muscle Memory Malcolm's interviews on YouTube. I found some other ones. I watch his because he's very involved in the bloodline, so he does like interviews like Zilla and Jacob all the time. So he asked him about stuff like that, and then Denise had put up how her interview was like, okay, I'm gonna like this. So I had tweeted him like, how long he was joining going to be on Smackdown? Because yes, you do interviews for the people, you know what I'm saying, to put on your page, but y'all friends, okay? And I know this because I think one of the videos he spent 24 or to 48 hours with After this, Zillow was like, we about to go eat. And then Malcolm was like, I would have just interviewed there, but we ain't gonna do it there. And I'm like, no, you gotta separate business from friendship. He don't want to kick it with you while y'all eating. You have an interview. Like, do the interview now, and then you go off the record and let him kick it with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so with that, and I know that, and then he followed Lance for 24 hours on Hawaii. So I was like, you friends with the family? Like, how long you? I screamed, and then he put Cody to the table, all of them, and then he put KO through them steps, and I said, if he the new enforcer, y'all gonna be in trouble. I said, cause Solo, Jacob is a quote unquote savage. I don't like using that word, so I'll explain that. Talk about people of Polynesian, of Pacific Island descent, specifically in wrestling. They said they was called that a while ago. That's why I don't like when Corey says hyenas. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that. But if he's supposed to be he's supposed to be the grit, like how they try to make Solo, but you know WWE is PG. Jacob in the MLW, GCW, and stuff like that. So his wrestling style and his promos is different. Okay, some of them, a lot of them is funny, but they different. And that Samoan drop is deadly. You hear me? When whoever he wrestled for the first time, I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him. Trying to tell you. And how long ago he was a free agent? For 2 months, 2 or 3 months. I feel bad for him. That's crazy though. Like, that's gotta be such a proud moment to have family that deep in one business, or current and past. Like, you got past family, you got like The Rock and Rikishi and Alpha and Sika and Peter Maivia and Lance and Rosie and Umaga and Yoko and all of that, and a lot of the and Tonga Kid and all that, and a lot of the times all of them were around the same time, so they rode together. Now you basically got the same situation, because you got Haku, who's close with them, and he like family or uncle. So you got his sons, you got Solo, you got Naya that's on there with Naomi. You got Dagon. Now you got Jacob there. You know what I'm saying? Then on the weekends, if Jay ride with them, like, it's a family. Like, you can't. Y'all, I know they ride for each other. Like, literally, they showed up at each other's kids' graduation and stuff. So they always got someone there to have their back. Like, I can't wait to see his matches. Like, I'm so elated. I don't even have the word. Like, between Seth coming back this week and Jacob showing up today, my week. That was one of the best 2 things of my week on TV this week, for real. Like, I screamed and almost cried both times, and y'all know I'm emo as hell. Like, I almost both times. Like, I just can't wait. I can't wait to see this stuff unfold. I can't wait to see the stuff when Nia and Michin unfold. I can't wait to see the stuff with Bianca and Bill unfold. Someone was like, Logan versus LA is gonna be, or Logan versus Melo, and I said I could see a triple threat probably between Logan, LA, and Melo, and I said if not, it need to be Logan versus Montez for the belt, because I'm waiting. His wife done had a whole nother tag team. Like, can we get this man his belt? I don't care if it's a men's tag team. Get him something on him. We need something on him. Especially the way he does his promos too. Angelo has gotten really honed in on his craft and everything. Like, it's they got B Fab on the side. You know what I'm saying? Doing her thing. Like, I just can't wait. Like, WWE has gotten better and better. And I just can't wait. I can't wait. Like I'm a miss Ricochet, and I do because I watch Up Up Down Down. I watch them get their characters on the latest video, and how Jay's ones they replace his bear with him, and the legs is backwards, and then the hands is big. And how Dom has basically become the new Jimmy, and Jimmy used to be everybody on there. But I'm like, the difference between Jimmy and Dom is Dom look like he might could fight in Tekken. What's the dude? Michin, that's like a Tekken champ. He looked like he might come closer than Jimmy doing that. And then Kofi losing to who did he lose to? Ricochet or something like that. It was either Ricochet or Dom, and he was like, we could cut that part out. It was like, no. He's like, we cut the footage out. He's like, you do all the time for him if it glitch. He said, or something like, he was like, you cut out. He's like, I was like, every time he lose, he want to cut out footage. But yeah, I cannot wait for this next year. Every year since I've been watching, I've gotten better and better. But let me go ahead and go buy some more stock in this company. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Be blessed because you are blessed, and love you all. Bye.